Oh, when? I did after I said, "Here we go."
Wilson?
Wilson! Huh?
Hey everybody, it's me, your boy Asmongold.
Oh, I'm going to the bathroom. I knew there was something I was doing after I started this.
Yeah, real quick.
It's just us now. Now we can talk
Yeah.
shit about Joe and Nick. Nick can hear us.
Right. Which is fine. Whatever. We'll
I
wait.
want him to hear.
We can wait until it's officially 8 o'clock to start the stream.
Start. Stream sounds fine. I can't
Yeah.
listen to the late audio anymore.
I respect that. That sounds like a headache waiting to happen.
Are either of you watching HBO's Scavenger Reign?
What was it called?
Scavengers Reign, REIGN.
What's
No.
that?
Fucking incredible show. It's
Really?
an animated series.
Oh
about,
wait, I saw it. Yeah.
I saw
It's like
a thing about it, yeah.
Yeah, have you ever seen Mobius's art online? It's like Jimi
Think
Hendrix
so.
flying on a guitar and like this like psychedelic it's animated in that style. It is beautiful but also compelling. I highly recommend it. It's really really good.
I've heard good
engaging.
things about that one.
It's insane. Yeah.
Once I finish The Wire. I'm on season 2.
So never.
I'm almost done. I'm getting there. I'm doing my best.
I returned.
You did. We're still shy one Nick though.
Yes.
I hate
Once he
being
sits
shy
down.
with Nick.
I will begin.
Once Nick, twice shy.
You still want me to scribe?
I can also scribe if you want.
I'm happy to.
Okay.
Either way.
I'm so mad, so I've been trying. I decided I want to try absinthe.
Never tried it?
No, I never had it before.
Great,
Segue
great time to
into
start.
the stream.
This is the cold. This is pre-cold open. I decided I want to try it, so I had a bottle of real like absinthe in my hand, and I decided to go up one price level because I was like, well, clearly it's gonna be better. Like I'll spend a little bit more money, and the one that I bought was synthetic, like not real absinthe.
Oh,
I didn't realize until I got home.
that's
Do you
so
have the
weird.
do you have the device that drips water over sugar cubes?
I do not. I use a spoon.
Okay.
Plebeian.
I know. I don't even have a slotted spoon. I use a regular spoon. All right, now we can start for real.
All right. How does this work? Does somebody count you down?
Just go.
All right.
Just fucking let it rip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weeknight Wizards.
Gotta change
This
the
is a
scene.
I changed the scene when we get into the game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't tell you how to do it. I thought we were playing.
This is a new campaign that we are starting up that we have titled Isles of Hebria. We are playing the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons system, and I am joined tonight by my fellow gamesmen. Could you guys go through and introduce yourselves, please?
Sure thing. My name is Michael, and do you want a character info or just?
I just want your names. We'll get to
I'm
characters
Michael.
when we're in the game.
My name is Joe. How's it going?
I'm Gregory. Nice to not meet anybody.
My name is Nick. Just saying hi to all the millions of fans out there.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
And I am your Michael. When you GM, you always introduce yourself as your friendly neighborhood GM.
Mhm.
I think I'm more of the unfriendly GM
That's very accurate.
when we play. So I'm Anthony, the unfriendly GM. Thanks for playing. I'm sorry that since I'm GMing, you all have to be subjected to probably an increased quotient of my nasal voice. Don't worry, I've heard it on recording too, and I really speak out of this thing.
I like it. Very Smack Cat vibes.
So, I think this was on Monday. I work from home and my internet went out. It turns out that the folks who were installing our fence, they just drove a fence post right through our internet cable and just like completely cut it out.
Didn't
Obviously,
get those locates.
obviously we got it fixed. Obviously they didn't do a good enough job with the locates. Yeah. But I had to call. I'm gonna try my best to not name my internet service provider.
Docs the internet.
Starts with com and ends in cast.
Or qual.
Well, yeah. So I called them to schedule some service to have somebody come out, explain the situation, and to get a call later that night, and the person's like, "Oh, we're gonna try to expedite your service." I'm like, "Oh, that's great." So this is I'm speaking with the advanced technical division. Like, oh great, this is maybe they're gonna be able to come out earlier in the morning because it was like late morning the scheduled meeting, and they're asking me some questions like, "Oh, can you tell me what lights are lighting up on your mode?" I'm like, "Okay, sure. I've got, you know, all of them except for the internet light, which is probably important." And they're like, "Well, maybe we can try to fix this over the phone." I'm like, we can try. The cord outside has been severed. I'm not sure how you're gonna fix that over the phone."
Just gonna walk you through it.
Yeah, just tell me how to do it. And here we are.
Get your solder iron out. Soldering iron.
Just unplug the power and plug it back in. It'll be fine.
I wish I could tell you how many times I did try that before we realized that the problem was
Metal
outside.
fence, it would have been fine, you know. Just could have
Yeah.
knocked it right through it. Yeah.
And then, if you ever need faster internet, you just go grab the fence, and you can become the internet.
Yeah,
Download
easy.
directly to your
works.
brain.
Yeah.
That's how you get superpowers, isn't it?
Yeah. You become internet man.
All right. So before we hop into the game, just to better get to know our players, I have a little player question that might be a little bit of a thinker for you. So get ready. In no particular order for your answers, as well as the order in which you are answering. Players, what is your Mount Rushmore of video games?
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's four
I
of
have
them,
to
right?
remember how I feel about each president on Mount Rushmore.
That is four. I said in no particular order. If you feel compelled, you can tell me your Washington and your Lincoln, what have you. But top four. Metric can be based on whatever the hell you want.
Metric
when
is
I
a
was-
band, not a video game, though.
I'm sorry, I meant Metroid.
It was a prime joke.
Okay, got him.
I'll gladly go first. In no particular order of these top four, we're going with World of Warcraft, Diablo, just the franchises in general, Zelda.
I'm looking for a specific game. I'm not looking for a franchise.
specific game.
Damn, I
okay.
picked
Video
one
game, not
Pokemon
video
game?
game franchise.
I'll fix it. World of Warcraft,
better.
Wrath of the Lich King, Diablo 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild that's the one, and then God of War, the remake for PlayStation 4. It was just called God of War.
Yes.
One with the kid.
Yes, technically it's 5, I believe, but it's just called God of War.
You're discounting the multiple PSP games, but sure.
Okay.
Well, so did
eight.
they.
I
Is it-
think, yeah, I
Sorry, I actually think
can go next.
it's God of War 256 over 2 days.
That's fine.
That's the crossover I
fine.
want.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm speaking of.
Greg, you got yours.
Yeah, I'm like super Nintendo brained, so I like it's all kind of one side of things. But I would say Super Smash Bros. Melee, Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker, probably BioShock 1,
Good
and
choice.
then
Mm-hmm.
I would, just to pull it like a little bit on a weirder side, I don't know if y'all have ever played, but Inscription
That's a cool
is
Oh, I've
a mind-boggling video game, and I love it. So that is my fourth.
Is that the card one?
You think it's a card one?
Okay, yeah, that is the game I'm
Alright,
thinking
yeah.
of. I was trying to allude to it without. Okay, I want to play.
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's incredible. Highly recommend.
I have 3. I'm trying to think of my 4th.
Do you want to
Maybe
start
I'll
with
do
your
the
3
sequel.
and see if the
I'll do
fourth
the
one
sequel.
comes to you?
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. No. So my the first one that comes to mind that a game that I obsessively always loved is Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, which is the
Mhm.
weirdest fucking one, and I love it for that. Up there also like one because I think about this as like games I go back to all the time, like that I'll play again. I would say BioShock is also up there for me. That's one I've played again and again. But another one is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, incredible game. But that's where I'm getting a little stumped on 4.
Monster Hunter isn't up
well,
there.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
not even in-
shit! You're right. Monster Hunter. I'll do well. Which one? Shit.
Which one?
Which
I
one?
don't know.
I'm gonna put World because that one I like World a lot.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going. Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year-Old Door. I'm going Hades.
Mm.
Sick.
I'm going
Sick pick.
Choice.
Portal 2,
Mm.
and then I want to say like Guitar Hero 3.
That's a solid.
Hell
classic.
yeah.
I think it's Guitar Hero 3.
I really want to play you in some Guitar Hero 3 now.
I'm not that good at Guitar Hero.
Oh, then you don't want to play me at Guitar Hero.
I mean, I thought the battle was like not that fun. So like,
Nick practices.
I also haven't played in like
Can you
10
play Johnny
years.
the Fisherman?
I've won tournaments.
Oh, hell
Let's
yeah.
not discuss it.
Oh, you're better than me.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow. I didn't realize that we had a
and-
celebrity in the crew.
Yeah.
We got a rock legend. Anthony,
Regional Guitar Hero legend.
Anthony, what about you? What sticks out to you?
All right. So mine, I decided were based purely on nostalgia. Whether or not that leads to quality of game, unsure. My first one was Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rockets
Absolutely adored
only.
that game.
Good choice.
Rockets only.
My second one was Prince of Persia: Warrior Within.
Whoa.
Just very specific memory of Michael saying like, "Oh, I'm at the final boss. I'm pretty much done." And there was still like more than half of the game after that boss. Just hilarious to me. The third one is Spyro the Dragon.
Ooh.
I think the third one, Year of the Dragon.
That's the
It's
best
probably
one.
my favorite. And then Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. Just all feel good games in my memory.
Yeah.
These
just a
are
fun time.
very good. I recently listened to a podcast. And this is very quick, but a podcast that does it's basically a games club. Like they play a game and then talk through it. And they reviewed Jack 2. And that's a game that I have much
Yeah.
better memories of than it actually being. Because as they talk through, it's like, oh yeah, this game is actually bad.
A lot
Yeah.
of those 3D platformers that you remember being so fun. You go back, you're like, oh
They're
no.
not.
I think
They
Ratchet and
are
Clank
not.
holds up, but Spyro holds up. But like Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Daxter are a little rough.
I have
Yes,
Forgetting
they
about
are.
Knack.
I have a
I never knew Knack, so I
I've never
couldn't
even
forget
heard
it.
of that.
it's
Ooh,
PS3.
you missed out.
It was a PS3 launch title, I think.
Oh,
Yep.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Honorable
don't.
mention on mine is Mario 64.
Yeah.
That's
Very fair.
that's a good game.
So
If
with that,
if we're doing honorable mentions, that's dangerous territory.
I know,
so
I
don't
know.
Cut us off.
I'd
We
love
gotta,
one.
we gotta move on.
bonus
Okay, let's move
question
on.
then. Honorable mention. Who's the fifth president that belongs up on Rushmore?
Blades of
And-
Steel for the NES.
And why is that president Millard Fillmore?
That's the question everyone wants to know. Yeah, it'd be great if there was a president up there who were like no one knew who they were other than they were on Mount Rushmore.
Is that?
Oh, Garfield. Like when
They
did
just
he get-
keep carving up
Wait.
there. Is that Taft?
Damn, I was gonna say Taft.
They've
Looks
never
like
put
Taft.
Taft. They've never put Taft up there.
Yeah,
Does
they
he
put
take
him,
up the whole goddamn mountain?
they put him and the
I think we should-
bathtub.
No, I think the honorary person should be William Henry Harrison, because he's the shortest serving president in history of the U.S., having only served for 31 days. So I think it'd be hilarious to have an unfinished bust on the dashboard.
However much they can build in 31 days.
31 days, yeah.
Exactly. And so that's the fit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I will transition us over to our game map. I am the game master, but I am not in control of the stream.
I did that.
Is this what's showing?
Yes, it is now.
Cool. Okay. Players and listeners, I would like to welcome you to the world of Hebria. This is a world. Oh my god, this throat is gonna kill me. This is a world of
Anthony's
of
the
gods.
throat goat tonight.
I refrained, Joe. Come on.
I did not.
You did not.
No, we didn't even explain the world before getting distracted.
Nope.
Please.
Sorry, please continue.
No, we did not. I'd love to. This is a world where gods walk among the people. We have a number of interconnected nations that all have conflicts, relationships. The gods in this world have decided to take the form of giant creatures, very similar to the boar god in Princess Mononoke. And most of the semi-animal, semi-humanoid races that you'll find in your typical D&D setting are a result of these gods creating sort of offspring, and they are referred to as demigods. It just so happens that all four of our players are some of these demigods. So, kind of seems like we got a super-powered party, but we decided in our world-building session that if half animal races are going to be called demigods, then like actual demigods, like capital D demigods, need to be called something else. So those are the nobilis, who we may encounter throughout the campaign. Let's see. I think before we introduce our players and the setting, I want to go over my list of things that we are including in our game so that we as listeners and players aren't thrown off when somebody does something that feels a little kooky. Thing number one, we are including mixed and partial successes. So in a typical D&D game, when you roll a check of some sort, the GM is setting a DC. I've written that if you are within 2 of that DC, you'll get a partial success.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that feels more story forward. We are also including story points. We have not figured out a way to display story points, but we will. We are including the escalation die, which is a feature from the game 13th Age. That just makes combat move faster and is overall excellent.
Do you want to explain what it is?
Sure. Every round of combat adds 1 to the escalation die, and then that 1 is added to all attack rolls, and Michael, is it all damage rolls as well?
No,
Yes,
it's just the attack.
or-
It's attack,
yeah,
as
Oh,
far
I
as
think
I
it's just
know.
the attack. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just the attack. The idea is your characters are getting like momentum in combat.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
And that was
It is a lot of
definitely
fun.
that was definitely for the listeners, not because I forgot what it was.
Of course not.
But also important that there are enemies that can also take advantage of it. So it's not just a boon for the players. There's also some risk involved.
Correct.
For,
And it's
It's
to a
more
maximum of
dangerous.
6, if I'm
Yeah.
not. If I'm,
It is a D6, yes.
Yes.
I did not know
Uh,
that. We played
well, we never-
13th Age for like 20 sessions.
Years.
But the nice thing with the escalation die is that you never get past 6.
That's true.
It keeps
Right.
combats crisp. We are including some realistic armor. We are including some of the expanded combat options from the Grit and Glory expansion book. We are also including Initiative Rush and Balanced Initiative. And I've got page numbers for those. We are playing with Weight and Encumbrance. We are playing with Lifestyle Expenses. We are playing with Extended Spell Slots, which is you have your certain number of spell slots that you can cast spells safely, and then any spells that you cast after that will be cast with disadvantage, but you can still cast.
And we discussed that morphing into key points as well as rage attempts, or no?
I think it's just spells. I thought we
We
agreed.
did discuss that, but the decision was spell slots.
Okay.
And then we also... I didn't write this one down. Spell components. I'm trying to remember what our verdict was on spell components.
I think we
Verbal
basically
somatic.
said, yeah. So that I thought we agreed you should have a thing like a pouch, but if it doesn't have a
That's it.
money cost, then don't worry. As long as you have like the component pouch, you're fine. But then for anything that has a monetary gold value, you have to actually have it.
Yes.
Are we doing focuses too? Because like, I know like bards use their instrument as their focus. Do I also have to have the component pawns? I don't remember.
I think you have to have your
I
instrument.
think that if your class has a spell casting focus, then yes.
Okay.
Like a holy symbol for clerics.
I meant to get this whole list out in a digestible form to you guys, and I haven't done that yet because I've been sick, as you can tell from my voice. So, I will start the game. I'm going to bring you guys to... I'm going to change the game view. And I want you guys not to laugh at this bad art that I did.
Okay.
Well,
Did
now
art?
Now I have to laugh.
Nick, I asked that you please don't laugh.
Okay, you said please.
Greg,
Really rude.
I didn't
that was
laugh.
incredibly rude.
I couldn't help myself.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I
Oh
like
my
I think
it.
it looks. I think it looks great.
There's gradient shading, which I did not expect. So that
Gradient shading.
I-
That's what almost made me laugh. To be fair.
What a boat!
That's what
I
say.
drew this while I was beating Joe at chess.
I was gonna say, Anthony, it looks great for something that you made in the computer lab when you were 8 years old.
Thank you.
Like there's wind in the sail.
There is. The poorly drawn boat that we are looking at is referred to by its name, the Sea Swan. The Sea Swan is a cargo barge that the four of you have decided to... Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't able to do that in Adobe Illustrator.
Got you.
I'm glad that somebody was able to put the name on the ship. The four of you have decided to... you've run jobs before as a group. And you have decided to allow yourselves to be hired on as escorts for this cargo barge, which is traveling. I'm going to take you guys now back to the map so I can indicate where we are. You've been traveling along the coast of the Federation of Vertal, and your final destination is this port here at the Empire of Styria. You've done several jobs together. Most of them have taken place within the Federation, and that's your more of your comfort zone. This will be your first job together that is not only more than one day, but also takes you outside of the Federation and into Empire territory. I'm going to bring you back to the boat. It is a calm night, but there's still enough wind for the Sea Swan to pull itself along the currents and toward the port where you will be you'll be docking for the evening before you cross the strait into the Empire the next day. We're going to start the game, I believe, towards the back of the barge, where Greg and Nick and Michael, your characters, are all gathered here. And I would like to ask you, what are we seeing here? Back behind this, this rectangle is representing cargo, if that wasn't clear.
I can go. So I think maybe the first thing you see, and I imagine it might be the tallest among us, but I never know with Greg's characters, is a brawny minotaur. We see he's got like loose, like cool clothing for the night, and kind of grayish fur with speckles of white. He's got a couple like scars along his back and kind of like a shaggy mane of hair. And he's kind of like he's tapping his like, I don't want to say hooves because they're like hands, but I feel like they're like hoof-like hands, kind of like tapping them together nervously.
I believe minotaurs have full humanoid
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, I imagine they're like, I don't know how to describe it, but like I imagine, like Emperor's New Groove. He's got like the weird sort of hand hoof as a llama. It's all right, a deep cut. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
That's not a deep cut.
Well, maybe not for this reference.
It's all coming
yeah.
together. No worries.
We see, of course, yeah, Manus, or Manny, as his friends call him, Hilden, the Minotaur, and he is a berserker.
Yeah, I think sitting, so normally would be much shorter than Manny, but in this case, sitting on top of the cargo.
I thought you were just saying sitting on the floor, much taller.
Yeah, no, sitting on the cargo overlooking the back of the boat. We see a hooded figure, medium build, and as she reveals herself as a she, kind of lifts her face up to the moon, we see a Gorgon. So this is Vera of Paras, Parrhas. Vera is a Gorgon, medium build, basically would pass as humanoid except for her jet black tangle of snakes as hair that she has that have a kind of bright violet eyes to them, but otherwise her skin is pale. Her eyes are deep violet as well, and she would be human passing human passing, I guess, if you didn't look at her hair. And she has got a giant scythe resting on her thighs while she kind of overlooks the water pensively, but definitely with an air of kind of alertness, like looking around, and stays pretty quiet.
You also see a rather large, 6 foot tall, quite bulky, snapping turtle humanoid, sort of sitting on the back of the ship, letting his feet sort of trail in the water. Fairly dark complexion. His shell has several spikes, protruding from it, some of which have been like torn, and you can tell that there's, in a sense, wounds just on his shell. He's just looking into the water, essentially, not moving a whole lot, just kind of dangling his feet, and Wanai is his name.
Manny leans over and kind of looks over the edge that as Wanai is looking down. He goes, Wanai, can you swim?
I can swim very well. Would you like
Actually,
a ride?
Oh no, I'm not an ocean guy really.
This is a part of my home. I can swim very well.
I'm not sure you know it, but every time the two of you talk, it's very sexual. Like, very, very sexual.
Stop! Don't say that. It's embarrassing.
Wanai will look back, and you just see one beady little eye kind of tighten and glare.
Yeah, one eye. Yeah, we've talked about this before. You've got one eye that looks at me.
Stop
That's
bullying him.
not how you say my name.
Yeah, fair enough.
Manny's very upset by the bickering.
As the three of you are engaging in this friendly discourse, Joe's character is heading toward you from the prow of the ship. Joe, what do we see? Who do we see heading towards the stern?
You see, I need to pop my character sheet in to the main window real quick. Hang on.
I hope you don't need your character sheet to tell us what your character looks like.
I'm pulling up the art for all of the viewers.
That's nice.
You see Quintillion, who is
God.
a Harangon, the rabbit race. And he has his trusty lute slung over his shoulder as he saunters up to the crew, or kind of a crew. He's got his bag of ill-gotten gains from, I'm sure, the gambling sailors.
So,
Maybe not.
well, I was going to ask Joe. So Quintillion just came from the cabin of the captain of the ship,
Oh, okay.
Captain Lanray. And I was going to ask, what object or item did Quintillion steal from the captain?
Oh, just specifically from the captain?
Well, from the captain's cabin.
Yeah. I think the captain has... Excuse me, I'm so sorry. There's another one. The captain has a very nice sextant that he uses. It's always the first reading he takes and the last reading he takes of every voyage. It's very special. That was his first sextant given to him by his parents. And it's not accurate anymore because it's very old. But that is what Quintillion has taken. Because it is
calibration.
Cherished family heirloom.
it is very large and it's made of gold. It's very ornate.
When I was planning out this adventure in my head, I knew that you were going to have stolen something to start this, and I was imagining the map or something of like quest value, but I love
Navigation
this.
device.
I love
Navigation
this.
device. Great.
It's
Hey,
great.
Do you know anything that has like a little cylindrical area could hide a map in it?
That's true.
Theoretically.
For all we know, this sextant could have a map in it.
Or if you shine a light
We'll
through
now
it.
check every single item we come for a
every
map.
cylinder in the game. Just like how I play The Witcher, which is break everything and pick up every possible
Well,
resource.
you
I
should
can.
do that. That's how to play
I'm
it.
carrying 80 leather straps for no reason.
You might need them.
That is the Legend of
get it.
Zelda strategy as well. I get it. Yeah. So Quintillion, you join the group while they are. Boy, Greg, now that you said that statement about their bickering, it's kind of in my head. I was gonna say while they're gently ribbing one another.
It's called
that-
rutting in the. In
Sorry.
The Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, hey, Hey, Manny, can you bring your bag over here for a second? I
Oh,
got
yeah,
just
sure, Quinn.
a little something to put in it.
Okay, well, where'd you find that?
Oh, just something I picked up along the way.
Oh,
I
you
was-
find the best stuff.
I was letting the captain borrow it, and
That was really nice of you.
Yeah,
Okay,
just, you
here's my bag, Quinn.
all right, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wrap
Manny.
it up real tight, and keep that
Manny.
in the bottom of that bag. All right.
Manny,
Vera?
you know how we've been having lessons on how to be more streetwise in the world.
Oh yeah.
Generally, nobody gives you anything for free for any reason other than they're trying to get rid of it. I would let, I'd let Tilly here,
Please.
hold on to that.
Now, Vera, I prefer to be called Quinn.
I know.
When you guys talk, it's always very sexual.
He stole it, Manny. He stole it.
What? No, he said he was borrowed.
Now, you see, stolen is a strong word.
Why would he let you have something so wonderful?
I'm better at carrying things.
Well, maybe I won it fair and square.
Insight check.
PvP starts now.
Nick, I'm
Yeah.
I'm just fine with you rolling insight. Joe, if you'd like to roll a deception to counter it. Get some rolls going.
I don't know why I rolled it with advantage, but
It
Obviously,
default rolls
it
with
al- it always
advantage.
does.
You have to
the
turn it
12
off.
is- yeah, the 12 is what it is.
I mean,
Keep
we've
it on.
we've been using Roll20 long enough to know to use the one on the left.
Right.
Quintillion is cool as a cucumber.
Well, now you see, I won it in a game of, is he paying attention or not? And as you can see,
I will say Manny got a nat 20 on his
as you can see, I won.
Oh, last time you played that game, we got in a lot of trouble.
But
Remember that, Manny. Last time. Remember last time.
but you also remember we got out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah. He looks over the water's edge. Now we're on a boat.
We're on a boat
Aw.
to brand new lands and brand new adventures.
He
So
shuffles.
as you guys are talking about this, Captain Lanray exits his cabin and takes. He doesn't sound like he's like angry or like running around in a huff, but he's walking down, inspecting the covered cargo. He's checking in with some of the crew members, and he stops by his escort team, which is the four of you. And he says, "Good evening, gentlemen. I see, and milady, of course. I see that we are making good time to the town of the port town of Three Bells. I
Manny's
hope that
counting on
you've
his fingers.
I hope that you've arranged accommodations. If not, you're welcome to stay on the ship here. I meant to ask, has anyone seen my sextant? I know that I took a measure before we left from Vertal, and it seems to have gone missing since then.
I don't think Manny knows what that's called, so he's just not checking out. He doesn't know that's the
To
name
be
for it.
fair, I don't think one of you is either. But either way, one of you will just stare straight at the water and doesn't react to the questioning.
Well, now, Captain. Oh, go ahead, Greg.
No, this is you.
Well, now, Captain. I mean, I know I just saw it when you were having that little get together in your cabin, and well, I mean, the only people in there were you, me, and that those two twin sailors.
Are
Yeah,
you
what are they-
saying
Well,
that
and
one of them twins might have misplaced it?
I mean, I know I didn't take it, and I mean, you're too much of an esteemed captain to misplace, such an important treasure. So,
That's true.
I'm not saying they didn't take it.
Can you give me another deception, Joe?
As he's
Can
saying
I-
this,
I'm
you
gonna-
do see one. He just goes.
I'm
just
gonna
kind
give
of chokes a little bit.
I'm gonna give myself bardic inspiration.
Don't you have to perform for that?
I don't think so. I can inspire
song.
others through stirring words or music.
Others.
Well,
It's you can give it to
give yourself.
yourself.
GM question.
GM question:
Through
Can you give
wor-
it to
through-
yourself?
Through words and music.
Yeah, I'm inspiring
Well-
myself with my words.
I take umbrage with that because loots don't inspire people. People inspire people.
Oh no.
As a bonus action on your turn, to choose one creature other than yourself.
Oh no! All right, I will not
Dang.
be giving myself bardic
Dang.
inspiration. My plan to
Man's
only
got him. Very
Hustle
different.
us.
my plan to
Got
only
him.
use it on myself has failed.
Overpowered
Um,
started.
I should read it. My ability's closer.
Usually, when you read the card, it tells you what it does.
Let's give me a strong 11.
Now, I've been sailing with the twins for 11 or 12 years, and I don't think that they would take my sextant. Where would they go with it? They're with me on every voyage.
Well,
But you're a relatively new face around here.
Captain.
I apologize that my character voice is morphing into yours because I'm sick and my
Don't
my
even.
voice is not
No,
good.
don't even. Just play.
Sorry, question. He's a human, right? Captain Lanray? Lanray?
I should have described him as he entered. Captain Lanray is a human male. He is about 6 feet tall. He's got a long blue duster on, as well as a tricorn hat. He's got a like a 5 o'clock shadow going on. He looks like a cool dad.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
Does
He
he
looks like
have
a cool dad who's pulling it off.
how like bushy is his mustache?
I think it's just 5 o'clock shadow all the way around.
Okay. That kind of cool dad.
Yeah.
He's a sexy cool dad.
He's the kind of dad that the ladies would call a daddy.
Sure.
Perhaps a zaddy.
Not
I might
Only the
even
Gorgons.
go so far as to say zaddy.
he's not a dad bod dad. He's a like ripped dad.
Yeah.
All right.
He's toiling for hours at sea. Of course, he's jacked.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that is the person that you were trying to lie to, Joe.
Well,
He's
you
not
know,
mad. He's just disappointed. Yeah.
He's just.
well, Captain,
Um,
I mean, I didn't mean to accuse him, of any wrongdoing. I was simply stating, where I last saw the sextant and who was in the room. I mean, I know I didn't take it. You watched me walk out, and I'm sure it was on the table when I left.
So, just to jump in, while
That's a 20 on that deception.
You just try it again. Okay.
I mean, I don't have to.
It's a different
Okay.
deception.
I thought I spun it differently, but
No,
You did.
Okay, that's fine.
Did you have something to say, Michael?
No, I was gonna do something because I thought Joe had failed, so I was gonna. But if he can just try again and do it, that's fine.
Lie better.
I think he was able to recover that by spinning it differently. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I work a remote job. I don't have to talk during the day, and so my voice has been good all day, but this is the most I've talked all day. Well, let me know if it turns up.
No.
You know, like a sextant. It's a lovely big gold instrument. Belonged to my father, who owned the sea swan before me. We should be pulling into Three Bells before it gets too dark out. I hear that the tavern is relatively new and is it's a nice spot if you're looking to get off the ship. And he heads back toward his cabin with sort of like a quizzical eye, like maybe he's wondering if he left it somewhere where you ordinarily wouldn't leave a sextant.
Be
know,
really careful
like
where you leave your sextant.
Like in a random Harrigan's bag,
I'm gonna.
for example.
I would like
Right.
to say it's in a Minotaur's bag. I'm gonna. You know, guys, it's kind of crazy. I watched him take that thing into the bathroom with him.
Tilly, you're gonna get us in trouble again.
I'm
Manny, like,
not.
there's bathrooms on this boat.
None that are big enough for you, Manny. I'm sorry.
Oh.
The head's pretty small around here.
This happened in the Federation. We don't want it to happen again.
I'm just saying. You know what else happened in the Federation? We walked out of there with a good amount of coin in our pockets. Well, it might be buried back in
The classic. We
might-
have a bunch of money, but it's all in the other.
it might be buried on that hill back in Two Bells Harbor. But
Manny counts again.
I'll tell you
but
what.
I mean, no one will ever find it, and we can always go back for it once the heat dies down a little bit.
Tell you what, Tilly. I won't rat you out, Captain, if you pay for our accommodation in Three Bells. Deal?
Here,
I
here.
mean,
Deal. Fantastic.
I think it's something I can handle. I got
Good,
this.
then we're all friends.
I got this sextant to pawn.
So, just
I'm pretty sure
just so I
Manny
make sure-
has the sextant to pawn.
Man,
just so I'm sure that our collective world building is streamlined in my mind, you are heading to a town called Three Bells.
yes.
That's the
And-
ultimate destination, right? Or is that this town?
That's the destination for tonight. But also, according to Joe, there is another town called Two Bells
Yeah, that's in the Federation.
that's in the Federation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the idea instead of being like it's not like New York or versus York. It's just you add another whatever.
Yeah.
Three
whatever
York.
there was.
I love that.
Well, it's
Okay.
well, they're all sailor towns. So, they had their own names, but Three Bells,
Sure.
there's 3 bell towers. And
That's
in
correct.
Two Bells, there's 2 bell towers. So,
Is one bell the one that rules them all?
well, they just call it bell.
They were for all
If they,
of them. Were
if they called
deceived.
if they called it one bell, that'd be stupid. They just called
It's just
bell.
bell. Town?
Yeah, we just call it Bell. You know?
It's just Belltown.
Yeah.
So,
Bell in parentheses final.
Yeah.
Bell Incorporated township.
I think it's where you go to buy mason jars and also like weapons.
Bell_1. So I switched us
Alright.
back to the world map.
Yep.
We headed out from here, and we are making our port. That is just not the
10 feet
accurate
away. Let's go.
Yeah, it was
It's
not,
not
a
to
lot.
scale. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like flying from Phoenix to Tucson. No, we're landing
That little
at the
alcove.
port here.
Oh, so it's the outer island of the Empire. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to be in Empire territory,
Is it
but you're in the western reach.
tiny amount of world question? Is there conflict between the Empire of Styria and the Federation of Vertal along this border of, this island? It's not an island, obviously. It's
It's a
peninsula.
continent.
Yeah.
That's an excellent question, Nick. There has been a conflict between the Federation and Styria in the past, and the Federation actually used to be much larger. Um, Currently along this border, there's a little bit of tension, but there isn't active conflict going on.
Okay.
And I'll do a little bit more world building. So as the Sea Swan heads through, you're just going down this strait here.
The
You
Bell
notice
Strait?
from sure. You noticed from my poor drawing that this is just a flat bottom barge. It's got a sail, but it doesn't. You don't need to have like a full three-masted ship to go between these islands. It's not so long of a distance that it's going to require like days at sea. And you're staying close enough to the shoreline that you can kind of see the transition between the Federation and this western reach of the Empire here. And there's sort of a contrast. You see, you spent some time in the Federation, and the difference that I think that you would all pick up on is that the Federation is sort of like a developing nation that is kind of like coming into its own, and it's kind of up and coming, it's on the rise. And as you've crossed into more this area of the strait, you've seen some city or some parts of the
townships.
Empire. Sorry?
Incorporated townships.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes. You've seen some of the incorporated townships of the Empire of Styria, which looks more to be a once proud empire that is more than certainly in a state of decline. So you've kind of got the up and up versus on the way down juxtaposition between these two nations. Is there anything that you all would like to do on the ship before we make port?
To clarify, it's one ship, not like a convoy of other ships too, right? That's just the one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay. I
look
think-
at how long these rectangles are.
So long.
You don't need more than one ship.
It's true. I think Vera will just say, "All right, I'm gonna do a lap, just make sure that everything is above board. I will be back shortly. Who wants to come with me? Better stay in pairs."
Well-
Manny raises his hand. Oh, sorry. You can go.
I don't want to take a lap, but when you return, can we do our morning kata?
Anytime you like.
It's night.
Our evening kata?
We're just really late on our morning kata today.
Can we have breakfast for dinner?
We can do all of this and more. Come on, Manny. Let's shake a leg.
Okay.
And yeah, I think they'll just do like a little perimeter sweep before.
Yeah.
But that's
Why
it.
don't
That's
you
the only
both give
thing
me
Vera
a
wanted.
perception check?
Ooh. All right, I can do that.
I'm pretty good.
8.
Not actually. Hold on. 7.
We know. Fuck all.
It's looking all clear off starboard and port.
Can I perceive the aft end of the ship, perhaps?
You may. Beautiful wake this time of night.
Did I
Damn,
see
look
the
at
twins with the 7? Is that what you referenced?
Yeah, they're definitely out and about. I think that one of the twins is up on the mast, and the other one is securing some rope at one of the gunnels over here.
I was kind of hoping they would be doing pull-ups, but every time one goes out, like they're like alternating pull-ups.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Ho ho
Uh,
ho ho.
I think with an 8 and a 7, Vera and Manny go up one side, but then just come back the same side. So they don't do the full tour of the perimeter. They just like walk up one side. They're like, yeah, we can see through the different sections of the cargo. walk back exactly the same way they came.
This is enough. The land's on this side. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll perceive the land later.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's all Vera wanted to do.
Nick, was there something when Vera got back that you wanted to accomplish with that, or was that just character building?
Character building, team building, that's all.
Okay.
Practice,
we'll say
practicing with our arms, that's all. You know.
God, everything is so sexual.
That's the
A
goal,
lot of
right?
tension.
This is the. Nope, I'm not gonna go.
Isn't that why you play
it's
D&D
not-
to flirt with your friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not sexual, I don't want it.
So with that, I will bring us over to this piece of art that I definitely did draw. This
Nice.
took a lot more of my time.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it was me though because of some of the gradients.
Like this one
Known for
right
his
here.
gradient.
That's one of them.
It's a little
So
blurry to me.
gradients
Is it just me?
gradients are a great way to show lighting.
And here's
Anthony, I need to-
here's the ship
need to-
out here.
Need to teach you how to make the map layer the same size as the graph. So there's no border on the top and the bottom.
We can talk about that after.
So
Okay, cool.
you don't need to tell me how to do that. I know how. I didn't.
Got it. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Intentional.
Artistic choice.
Yeah, the amount of prep time that I have for this game in the month of November is going to be a lot less than I will have every other month.
Okay, cool. Didn't know that.
He said it.
Well,
like
I
three
mean,
times.
I knew that. I knew the prep time was low, but I didn't know he didn't know how to do it. You know what I mean?
He says he does. It's fine.
No, I do
We'll
know
move
how
on.
to do it.
Now that I didn't know that.
Okay.
Can we talk about this for a lot longer?
You know,
sea
if we
swan
could actually
pulls-
circle back to
Ooh, now we're getting into some synergistic management solutions. The Sea Swan pulls into the docks at Three Bells, and it passes by the namesake of the town, which, as Joe mentioned, is three bell towers that are they're kind of out along the coastline, as you would sort of like a place where you would see a lighthouse. There are instead a trio of bell towers. But this is a relatively small town in the western reach of the Empire, and this is sort of showing a morning scene, but it is it's just becoming evening as you enter port, and Landrace crew gets everything docked, and you have until I think we're gonna say we're gonna be here for 2 days. Just to
Are we getting back on this ship, or are we?
We can stay
Yes.
in the town if we want to.
Okay.
You're welcome to stay on the ship. You're also welcome to stay in town. The ship will be leaving for your final destination in the Empire mainland in 2 days' time.
Okay.
Sorry, Greg. Do you mind if I add to the notes? Does that bother you?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
Good.
now, guys, I gotta come clean a little bit. I kind of thought this was our final destination. I might not have picked up that little souvenir this early, but you know, we have it now, and you know, we'll he kind of taps his nose. We'll just fly by the seat of our pants. All right,
Are we beholden
Manny.
to the
That's
sea
that's
swan?
an expression.
We're getting paid to see it through. I mean, if we could
Got it.
abandon it, but like that's yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Got it. Sorry.
that's correct.
Yep. I told you.
Yeah, but that doesn't
So
mean
I
I
don't-
was listening.
I don't have a map for the city or for the town, but I do have a list of some of the notable places in the town. If you'd like to hear that. Otherwise, sorry.
Great.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Great. Um, the name of the tavern that the captain mentioned is called the Dragon's Landing, and that is kind of like it would be over here. It's part of it is on stilts, sort of overlooking the sea, and it's kind of like a kind of got like a beach bar vibe to it. There's also a wizard's tower here, occupied by the local mage. Obviously, there are the bell towers. There's a system or a series of docks down by the river or the by the coast. There is a natural spring that's further in town. There is a tidal pool further up the coast here. There's more of like a natural rock formation where the tidal pool, and there's also a temple to some of the more marine gods there. One of these main buildings here is the Three Bells Salt Works. There is a council hall as well. And those are the main buildings. There's also an old Empire outpost here that has been, you could tell, is more or less out of use.
Where's the
So-
Empire outpost? Like in
That's
the
just-
center of town, or is it?
It's more of an outer
Gotcha.
reaches
Okay.
of the town.
Yeah.
But
Manny,
yeah,
go ahead.
as you passed by it, you can see it's really more of a ruin.
Yeah. Okay.
And it sounded like probably the main interest point is probably the tavern. But I think Manny likes to, first time he stops into, he likes to stop at the local temples. So he's made that kind of a thing. So he would probably make his way over there if there's time. Like he's kind of, Manny wouldn't like necessarily break right, but if everyone's like kind of like, oh, we'll meet up at the tavern, he would do that.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
2
I think
days.
we might as well meet up at the tavern. I don't think we're in any. Now,
Yeah,
Manny,
when
you
I-
make sure to be back before nightfall. All right.
Okay. He looks up at the time. It's like rapidly fading light. Like, I'll be quick.
No. You know, I mean like moonrise. You know, you get, you know, you're not like a kid or anything.
Okay. Thanks, Quinn.
Pretty sure it's
Uh,
Tilly. We've been over this. Go ahead, Anthony.
I missed Michael. Where did you want to go?
Let's go to the temple.
The temple. Okay.
Just a quick stop.
Yeah. Let me get there real quick. Yeah, so you head up the coastline to where this this bulwark kind of shifts into more of a natural rock formation, and you can see that there is a small little shrine that is down much closer to sea level. And what do I have here? The key feature of the temple is that there is in the center of it there is a large tidal pool that is filled with sort of, you know, tidal pools, like a whole little ecosystem in there of different shellfish and other kinds of marine flora and fauna.
There's shellfish.
Who's allergic?
My cousins.
Let's see. The gods that are on display here can get to share some of our pantheon. There are 3 gods on display. In the center, we have Onaga, the shark god. We have Rivu, the octopus god, and then there's sort of like it's something that's probably intended to be the Leviathan god, but it's been defaced to the point where like you know what it was supposed to be, but it's pretty unrecognizable from vandalism as well as just the passage of time. um, there is an acolyte who is sort of tending to it and kind of doing their end of day maintenance on it before packing up.
These are probably gods we've seen along the way a lot. Like these are probably common for seafaring towns,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So like
Yep.
these are okay. So the thing is, Manny has made it because he actually does. He doesn't really know anything about religion, but he still is tries to do a prayer to each one. Like he doesn't. It's very kind of mumbling to himself and like puts like I'm gonna say puts a copper at the foot of each of the statues.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and that's all he would probably do. He's not he's it's just a personal thing, and he's gonna head back probably after that.
Okay.
Actually, I think it was one of those things where he's reaching into his bag for his copper, and he pulls out the sextant and like looks at it and thinks about donating it, but then puts it back in.
So
Should've
somewhere Quintilian's ears like flick around. He's like, something's wrong.
I'm about to lose some money.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I don't like this feeling.
But yeah, he puts it back and he'll
From the moment we moor, One Eye just, I'm going to get a drink. He just grumbles off towards the tent.
That sounds like a plan to me, friend.
I think before we transition to the tavern, let's take a brief intermission.
Sure.
Yep.
Right.
Grab some water.
Ugh. My cough has not been this bad all day.
well, you have
It's
been
all
talking
that
to
dry
yourself.
air going through there, like.
Probably. Be back.
Everyone have a good pee.
It was so good.
It was good.
It was very good.
I have refilled my Brita so many times in the last 2 days.
Brita.
Brita. Okay.
I meant to rewatch the Matt Berry episode of Community before I started playing this character, and I didn't get around to it.
During intermission, are our voices muted on stream?
They are not.
No,
Okay,
they're not.
Just curious. Just curious.
What we say during intermission doesn't count.
Okay,
Yeah.
non-canon. Okay.
As soon as I sat down, I was like, oh, I probably should have done that. But no, yeah, we're still hot.
Okay, are we ready to begin again?
Yes.
Okay. I think we'll probably play for like a little while longer, but we're probably not gonna get to it the full 10 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Yep. You're muted,
Just-
Michael.
Do whatever feels good. No,
Yep.
I may have a loud interruption of a dog coming through here in a second, so I'm just trying to protect the stream. So
Appreciate
Old for
it.
dog.
Everybody's going to the tavern, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the Dragon's Landing is Three Bells' only tavern, which occupies a. It's described as a rickety shack on stilts. I'm thinking it's more of like a renovated space that was a former dwelling. It's near the docks, and it is adorned with ornaments from the sea. And it is run by a pair of siblings who are
The twins from the ship.
everyone's twins.
Yeah.
Everyone has
Surprise.
a twin in this world.
but in the low budget production they are played by the same actors as the twins
Oh,
from the
yeah.
ship.
Army Hammer.
Oh no.
Right? Wasn't that the guy that played? Isn't that the guy that played the Winklevoss twins in The Social Network?
Yes.
Sure.
I see. That's not what he's really known for anymore. For
Well,
being
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
problematic or not. So
he did that
Didn't
other
understand.
thing.
Let's gloss over that.
Spoilers for these two tavern
Sorry.
owners.
Also, the twins on the ship are, I think they're both male, whereas the siblings that own the Dragon's Landing are brother and sister. Both played by the same actor. But yeah, the Dragon's Landing is probably the most popular destination in town. It is, since it is evening, it is alive with, there's a musician playing in the corner. I believe that they're playing it's sort of like a lute that is tuned in the way that a ukulele would be tuned. So it's kind of got that island vibe. Drinks are flowing. There are a number of patrons at the bar, and let's see. There are a mix of humans and elves and half-elves. There are a couple of demigod races as well. And everyone seems to be in a kind of a friendly mood. This isn't like a gritty,
Yeah.
kind of edgy bar.
Because so
That's not the
Vera
vibe.
Vera tends to, in public places, keep her hood up, out of not getting stared at for her hair. But she's got her hood up, like her face is visible. But I think as they walk in and kind of are maybe locating a low table that they can all, sit around or whatever, or like stand around, Vera kind of digs her elbow into Quinn's ribs and says, "Now, Tilly, I think you're a betting man. Is that right?"
Well, I mean, I don't take fair gambles, but yeah, a little bit.
Well, the good thing is that this gamble is entirely within your control. I'm willing to buy you drinks for the evening, but I don't. My bet is that you can't outperform the musician over there in the corner.
Well, Tilly, you
Tilly's your name. But...
Oh shit.
He's like, well, Tilly. now
Well,
it's time
well,
to
Tilly,
Yeah,
I
but
bet
usually-
I'm speaking in third person actually.
Usually it takes much longer for people to disassociate around me, but this is a record.
Well, I'm just so happy I got that little toy off that ship.
Manny has the toy.
Well, yeah, but I'm the one that picked it up.
All I'm saying is, at some point in the evening, you would be you are encouraged to try to upstage the fine, artiste out in the corner there, and she says, "Think about it," and goes to get an ale and sit at one of the tables.
Quinn's gonna say under his breath, he's like, does she really think I can't outperform some musician in a 1 tavern, 3 bell town? What? Who has 3 bells in 1 tavern? I'm gonna play circles around this goddamn musician.
I like the idea that you
Yokel.
start. I like the idea that you start getting kind of heated, and then your paw starts to go
Yeah.
on the ground as you start. To get,
Yeah, my foot starts to go really fast.
Pumping.
Alright, I'm gonna take out my lute and start to tune it. But while I'm doing so, I'm also kind of scoping out like,
easy prey.
where's the money? Where's the money flowing in this tavern? Like, aside from the bar, where's the money flowing? Do they have like pull tabs?
Is there gambling or anything?
So one of the siblings is manning the bar, and the
Mhm.
other sibling, I think, is there's sort of like a table that is set up perpendicular to the bar where there is a game being played. It looks to be cards, and I have the name of the game. I wrote it down.
It's called Magic the Gathering.
It's
Nine
not
Kings.
Magic.
Boot
It's
up
not
arena.
Any of that. Oh my god.
We're playing Brawl right now.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
While you're doing that, I think Manny like bursts through the door kind of dramatically, unintentionally, but he's like breathing heavily, like,
Quinn, I made it back before the moon rose.
You did a good job, Manny. I'm gonna hand him a drink that I've purchased. For
he
him.
drinks it all like
and-
one gulp. Like,
I was gonna say, and had some of it already. Like you drank a few drinks.
Oh,
of it
yeah.
already and then gave it to him.
It was the drink I bought for myself.
yeah, he drinks it right
Oh,
away.
that's right. I named the sport. I didn't name the card game.
Oh, shit.
I do have a
We just call
favorite.
this table
dice game.
sport. It's a card game, Joe.
No, I have a favorite dice game that I use for fantasy gambling, but it's a real dice game. It's called CeeLo, CEE-LOW.
See that green?
Yeah, CeeLo Green.
The game is called 77.
7D7. Are they all D7s?
77.
Got it.
Like the number.
Well, those are 2 of my lucky numbers.
7 and 77.
7 and 77. And I'm drinking
Number
a
of
7 and
siblings you
7.
God.
You were, because you gave it to Manny.
Well, yeah. Look, Manny likes ginger ale, I'm sure.
Without a doubt.
So you head over to the gambling table?
Yeah. I was gonna see if Nick wanted to do anything.
Nope. One of these literally just drinking.
What is he drinking?
sort of heavily. I was going to go up to the bar and ask what they have, but it doesn't necessarily need to happen.
7 and 7s are apparently.
It absolutely can happen.
Something.
So you you go up to the bar one night, and the female of the siblings is manning the bar. Her name is Para Para Brindisi.
Oh, because they're twins.
Right.
Para Brindisi's.
Hey,
That's good.
Young lady, when I was in Two Bells, they had a stout
country.
that was fantastic. Do you have something similar?
I think I can help you. And she reaches down below the bar and produces a mug of very dark ale. Is this what you're looking for?
What is this?
This is an imperial ale.
Imperial.
That actually refers to how it was brewed, and not the fact that we're in the Empire.
What's this gonna set me back?
This particular brew is 5 silver.
I've only seemed to have 4. Can we do 4?
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
Well,
They're
not
so
a
nice.
tipper.
Yeah, I guess not.
That would actually be really funny if you said only 4, and then you tip another silver.
I was going to actually tip
Oh, I'm
1
sorry.
silver. I was going to tip 1 more.
That's very funny. Over at the gambling table is Para's brother, Patron Brindisi. And he is he's sort of acting as the house in 77. But it is a multiplayer card game that I think you can play up to 5 or 6.
Sure. I'm gonna kind of hang back and kind of just observe how the game is played.
Sure. So you've got you've got 2 decks. You've got your deck of 56 cards, 4 suits 1 through 14, and then you've got your deck of 21 that kind of decides your player goal for the game, which is a secret. So everybody's handed out their player goal that adds to their score, and then you just sort of it's a classic just draw discard game.
I'm gonna try and figure out, and I will roll for this. But I would like to find out which goal is the best odds. As like if they have different odds, I don't actually know.
I think that there's like a tier of goals that are kind of all similar, and then there are some that are like higher reaches, but they have better multipliers for your score at the end.
Okay. I would like to, in like asking about how the game works. I'm gonna try and palm one of the high odds for winning cards.
Okay. Sorry, are you just watching the game, or are you?
I'm watching the game, but I'm gonna like lean over and be like, sorry, I'm new. Hi, my name is Quintilian. Can you explain to me why that works again? And like kind of lean over the table, and like, and in doing so, trying to like in between rounds, I'm trying to like palm one of the
Sure.
good cards.
Yeah.
You rolled a 7. It looks like.
I did roll a
You did roll a
7 for
7.
sleight of hand.
Yeah.
That's the lucky number, baby.
So I think that when the game is being played and Patron, in sort of like a triumphant play, like he draws his card, he flips over his goal, he's got the moon, which is a pretty hard one to get. And when he sets it down, you like stumble into the table and like make like you're trying to grab it, and it's very obvious what you're doing.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, everyone. My bad.
Hey, it's all right. Do you want to play around? You look like you don't look like you're from around here.
No, I just came in on a ship. I'm just, I'm just observing the local games, and I'm quite
Okay,
quite a
well-
little game master myself. I like to, I do a little gambling, a little betting here and there.
A heron gone after my own heart.
I just want to interject. When Quintillion made a like this kind of scene, Manny's kind of used to this, and it doesn't really phase him when like Quintillion like kind of fucks up and makes like a little. But he takes like to watching people a lot, so I think he would actually look to see like, a lot of people would turn all towards him, but he's kind of more curious about people who are preoccupied with other things or like looking elsewhere. If that makes sense, he wants to see like who's maybe got another motive in the room. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Roll
Sure.
a 10, so it doesn't really matter.
When you were describing his relationship with Quintillion, I was imagining a Minotaur head with like the beautiful mind.
Numbers
just
all
like,
around. Yeah.
oh, he gets the game. It all makes sense. A 10 perception. I don't think that you are able to notice motives. I think that you notice, you see the acolyte from the temple.
How did he beat me here? I ran so fast.
She has just arrived and is talking to a human who looks to be sort of like one of the village elders. And you also see a half-elf who looks like they are maybe hold an important rank within the city, within the town. And you see the interaction between Para and Wanai.
I was gonna say when after I get my drink, or after when I gets his drink and notices that Quintillion is beginning to gamble, he will make his way in that direction, just knowing Quintillion and the, sort of how things may go. I'm not quickly, not anything like that. Just sort of in that general vicinity.
I love the idea that Wenai, right? So
Yeah.
Wenai is like the meme from GTA. It's like, ah, shit, here we go again.
Yeah.
It's just like his general attitude to being out with Quinn.
So Quinn, you're still not playing, you're still just watching?
If he invited me to play, I will sit down and play.
Yeah, I think that he when you mentioned that you are a fellow gamesman, he said, "Well, there's always a spot at my 77 table for you."
Well, I mean, if you insist. What's the buy-in tonight? Are we looking at, gold, platinum, silver?
We're just playing for coppers here, friend. This is a friendly game.
Well, I've been known to bet a few coppers in my life. I'm gonna put down one gold.
But if you wanted to raise the stakes, that's certainly something that we can do.
Well, it's just I'm afraid I don't have any change, and I'm gonna drop like 2 or 3 gold pieces on the table.
Sir, I like your style. Let me shuffle up your gold cards and see what you get.
Is there 21 cards in a tarot deck? Is that why it's a...
There's 21 cards in the Major Arcana.
Oh,
Mm. So
I'm gonna
it
pretend
is
I know what that
Magic
means.
the Gathering.
Yeah. Your goal is a basic island.
I'm halfway to casting Counterspell.
Your goal is justice. Ooh, that's not coming through on the camera very well.
Nope.
It's okay. The readers can't, or viewers
The
can't.
viewers,
The viewers
can't see.
can't see it anyway. Did I write
It looks
down what
awesome.
justice is?
Oh man,
Yeah.
wish the
I
viewers
feel-
could have seen it.
I do.
It's so-
Card I've ever seen.
It's a woman. She's got a scales and a sword.
And her tits are out.
Nope.
Not that guy tarot deck.
Family friendly show.
Yeah.
Is it a family-friendly show? I'm pretty sure I opened with saying Anthony is the throat goat.
You did say that.
That was the thing that was said. It can never be unsaid.
It's no longer family friendly. Did you guys put your wealth down in the wealth and item tracking table?
Oh no, I have it on my own sheet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, you can do it later.
Justice is a fairly easy goal. You're trying to get all 4 of your cards to match.
Okay.
Match, as in either their suit or their card type.
Number. Sorry.
Okay.
You're trying to get like all 2s.
So we're
Is how
playing
that works.
Yahtzee.
So we're playing, yeah. So you're saying it's a Yahtzee. We can't actually play the card game right
that's
now
fine.
because we're not at the same table.
I think there's
Uh,
cards in roll 20.
Yeah, it's annoying though. They don't go away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It works, but like you can't get rid of them sometimes. It's like very buggy.
Also, these are 14 cards for a suit.
We can just do
Which is-
a
Not common.
we can just do a
Do a roll.
D100 or something. You just give me odds.
Yeah, that's fine. So I think that your odds here are going to be you got a 1 in 70 chance.
Why not 177?
Wait, I need percentage odds because if I'm rolling a D100,
So that if 1 in 7, or that would just be anything above a 77, right?
Yeah.
Or 70. Sorry.
what? No,
Wait.
You're trying to hit.
is it
You're trying.
1 in 70.
no. A
Yep.
1 in 70 chance is calculator.
Yep. Oh.
A 1 in 70 chance is a 1.42857 chance.
But that's okay.
How does that help you?
It doesn't. That's why I'm saying.
All right, Joe. Roll a 1.875 sided die.
I can't roll a
I
D70.
think yeah, just give them a number. Say like roll above a 70 or roll above a 77, something like that.
Yeah.
Just say that.
Roll. I need to test something real quick.
You can roll a d70.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you can roll
absolutely
whatever you
can.
want.
Okay, I will roll a D70. I'm gonna win on 69.
Love it. Love it.
I would like to say Quintilly would never gamble with this terrible odds. with any
I
real
mean,
money.
Well, the question I
I-
think you have to say what you're putting on it before you roll.
That's true. I mean, I'm putting 1 gold on it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
It's like a tenth of your.
I lost.
Oh well.
I think that you were pretty close. I think you got like 4 2s, and then like the person across the table discarded. Or sorry, you had 3 2s, and the person across the table discarded the 4th 2. So you're like, okay, well, that's a wash. Can't win.
I can't like run.
No,
That's a mahjong term.
that's a mahjong term.
That's for me and Anthony only.
Yeah, it's very deep cut. Um, and I think that the way that you play the game, Patron is it seems like he's not really in it for the money. He genuinely enjoys playing the game and enjoys playing with you, and so like the round ends up ending, and he slides your gold back toward you. He's like, "Don't worry about it."
Oh,
Nice.
Terrible business strategy.
I mean, as long as I don't owe you anything, I'm always down. I'm always down for a free game.
Think nothing of it, friend.
Hey, what are you drinking over here? I'm gonna motion to
His sister.
his sister. Another round for the table. Whatever this gold will buy.
I'm just drinking a little rum cocktail here.
Little Mai Tai,
I
little
wanted him to say water. I'm just drinking water over here, man.
little pina
Water and
colada.
rum.
Get me 1 gold's worth of water, please.
Well, I'm buying for the whole everyone who's gambling and like everyone
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I got you.
-1 gold.
So he holds up his drink and kind of gives like a hand signal to his sister, and she nods and heads. She heads kind of to the back room of the bar to get one of the ingredients that she needs. And
What's Vera been doing?
yeah, Greg.
I think Vera is just like Vera doesn't tend to like to call attention to themselves, so that they're or she is just like got her ale and is kind of being like Strider in the first Lord of the Rings, just like kind of, you know, back against the wall, hood up, looking at everything, a little bit like One Eye, like kind of looking for trouble before it happens. But I think separately, it's trying to get a sense of if there's any like shady dealings going on, like anything that's maybe more like underworld almost, like whether that's like trade or stuff going on that's a little more like kind of hidden or skeevy. If there's like anybody that she can pick out as being like here for another reason than just for a good time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, why don't you shoot me a roll?
I'll shoot you a
Probably,
roll.
probably perception.
Vera, would you like to hide in my shell?
Again, very sexual.
So
I know you don't mean
sexual.
it, but every time. Yeah, I'll do perception, I guess. That makes.
Is it the way I'm speaking or the things I'm saying?
Yes.
Column
Yes.
A, column B.
Yes.
Yeah, 15.
I think with a 15, you don't notice anything that's particularly shady. I think that you do notice more than Manny when he had kind of swept the room. You notice there are the room is kind of divided a little bit. I think a lot of the demigod patrons are kind of clicked up, and a lot of the humans and elf patrons are at their own tables. You also notice that there is a you can see through one of the windows. There is a guy who looks like he's probably a regular, but he's smoking a pipe outside.
Hmm.
Can I see if anybody's trying to pickpocket Manny specifically right now?
Sure.
You mean
He
other
seems-
than Quinn?
He seems like a monk.
People don't like to pickpocket.
Currently, no.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, I
Um,
think with. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
I was gonna do the next thing. So if you want to do
You do the
something
next thing.
first.
No, do the next thing. It's all good.
So as Patron is shuffling up the cards and getting ready to deal out the next hand, it kind of seems like his sister is taking a while with the drinks. And the regular that Vera noticed outside rushes into the bar. They, I, they, something took Para.
She's stuck in a washing machine.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
Something.
Someone mute Nick.
Well, what was it? Spit it out.
It's dark. I couldn't see. It might have been a couple of somethings, but it didn't particularly look human. And they took her. They took her right out of the window.
Where'd they go? Which way did they head?
I think I saw him heading up the coast.
Manny would already be walking towards the door at this point and
What's-
opening it up.
So would one IE.
Sorry, what's the brother's name?
Patron.
You were the patron. He's the patron.
Well, Patron, I don't mean to, this may be a little forward, but this might be your lucky day. You see, me and the Minotaur and the hooded lady and the turtle, we fancy ourselves a little bit of adventurers. I'm sure you get them around these parts.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
We'll get your sister back. You all stay here. Hey, if you could just sign this for me real quick. Pulls out a contract.
It's a contract.
What is it?
Oh, just contract, just kind of saying that you accept the outcome no matter what it is, but it'll be successful.
Can you roll me deception to see if you're hiding any kind of?
Can it be persuasion? I mean, they're the same.
Can I aid him as
I'm-
well?
I'm expecting this is a little bit more persuasion.
I'd like to aid
Okay.
him with a little bit of intimidation, just to give him an advantage on his roll.
You can roll persuasion, but I would like to know, for me personally, like, is there some sort of like a damning clause in here? Like,
The
oh,
clause.
we also own your bar now.
No. The clause is basically like you agree to
still owe us money,
pay.
even if
Dead
you
or
don't.
alive.
Yeah, you agree to pay this much money on completion of the job. If the job fails, it's not like our fault. Like,
Sure.
you can't. It does not hold up in any court of law, but all
He'll sign it.
right.
And I think with him signing it, let's call the session there
Sounds good to me.
before I hack myself into oblivion.
I really like Joe. It should be like a magical contract
I-
that you sort of conjure, not like a pen and paper thing.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
I could use minor illusion to do it.
Yeah, I kind of imagine
Yeah.
like Genie from Aladdin, like he pulls up a contract and it's all magical.
I think it's
Like,
a
that'd be cool.
physical piece of paper, but I use minor illusion to make it look like it appears in my hand.
You're bedazzling it
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
Well, I think we want to say thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. Shout out to Oh God Zombie for
That's
this,
me.
really blowing up the chat.
That's me. There was like 5 people watching at one
That was
point.
probably all of us, Nick.
No, I don't
It's not
think so.
me. I don't
Alright.
keep it open.
Thanks
I
to
wasn't
everyone.
My
And,
wife was tuned in for a bit, but
but I think it's a good place to end this. So
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.